Hey, good morning everyone. This is John at Blue Stem Ranch. We just got done doing another paddock move. We kind of did a hop, skip, and a jump sort of a move today. Instead of going right across the wire, we jumped down to the end of this paddock. This is kind of a long and narrow 40-acre chunk that we've broken into three main paddocks, and then inside of those three main paddocks, we've subdivided those every day. But anyway, and I guess we do that because of soil type differences within the paddock. Where we are now is at the end, and it's kind of more of a start of a draw that goes down into the river, and so you have some shoulders with more upland type soils and just a smaller lower valley area. And then as you look to the east, it's more of a wet meadow, lower ground, saltier ground, and then over there by the trees is an old farmyard. And so we've got that 10 acres kind of separated. We try to graze that as its own unit as well, so that way we can just kind of a little better eye on and get a better, more evenly distributed graze on each of these paddocks. So what I kind of wanted to talk to you today about is how grazing management can change the species composition out in the pasture, and also just the changes that management can make. This paddock is long and narrow and has a waterway. We call it the creek. It's easier. It's kind of turned into a semi-permanent type creek or waterway in the fact that I think a spring has opened up by our house and has been providing water pretty much year round for the last few years. It takes a pretty dry summer to dry it up. So, but anyway, this whole area that we're standing in right now, when we first started grazing this, was cattails. And if we got a rain, this whole flat would be covered in water. And if we get a big enough rain, it still will be, right? It'll flood. But it was pretty hard to graze and really hard to manage with polywire because their cattails were so thick and so tall, and to try to put a line through those cattails and get the cattle to trample them was really difficult. In fact, where we're standing now, I can remember showing my father-in-law, how we're doing all this grazing and how cool it is and how different it is and how it's better than what set stock grazing is. And we ran into trouble and pretty much kind of got lost through the cattails, and the reel got tangled up, and I'm sure he left thinking, oh good Lord, this kid's an idiot. But things have changed quite a bit. 2020, I believe it was 2020, we cleaned out, we had a contractor come out with a track hoe and clean out sediment and cattail roots out of the creek, and kind of didn't redefine, but restored the creek channel so that it would actually function. And at that time then, quite a bit of soil was disturbed, and he took a dozer and pushed out, because there was so much soil that got pulled up because of silt that had filled in over the last, 100 years of farming around it, that he took a dozer and pushed it all out and smoothed it out. And then my son and I came out with a four-wheeler and a harrow section and just started hand broadcasting some grass seed. And what we broadcasted was a grass called Garrison Creeping Foxtail, which is this stuff right here. You see these? There we go. These are the seed heads. It's already gone to seed. It's a grass that's very similar to Timothy, and similar to Timothy grass and reed canary grass. Timothy heads out, goes to seed a little sooner, and reed canary seeds out a little bit later. But the nice advantage of this Garrison creeping foxtail is that it is palatable longer than reed canary grass. So once reed canary grass goes to seed, it becomes basically unusable for grazing and hay. Cattle don't like it. Its nutritional value is pretty much gone once it gets lignified, and so it's really hard to get much grazing done on it once it's gone to seed. So I am actually going to keep walking back here because I don't have the fence closed up yet. Oh geez, and I'm going to trip over a rock. Excuse me. The cattle are coming around here, making their lap around the pasture, so I want to get this closed up before they leave the area they're supposed to be in. But anyway, what I'm getting at is this: all the area that is now creeping foxtail was cattails. So this little part of the paddock is 12 acres, and out of that 12 acres, if I remember right, 7 acres was cattails when we started this little deal 6 or 7 years ago. And so, and now we are down to maybe there's a quarter of an acre of cattails left. So we are definitely moving in the right direction. Is creeping foxtail the ideal species of grass to be grazing? Probably not. But is it better than cattails? Yeah, to say the least. So I will take the grass over the cattails any day. And that kind of is the theme for this whole paddock. Is it the best grass in the world? No. Is it better than what we had when we started? Absolutely. It's a lot better than when we started. And that's kind of the point, right? We're here to make things better. So we're moving on up. And you can see the cows are fat and happy. They're looking good. And every year we're just going to keep moving cattle through here, and sheep and our donkeys now, and trying to keep improving. You know, there's just only so much you can do with the soil you've got, and we're trying to maximize it. So it's definitely not native grasses on a native sod field or pasture, but you know what? That's okay. They're still doing just fine. Oh, and then maybe back, I don't know if you can see, way in the back. Hey, there's Bill and Ted. So they're in with the cattle and the sheep now. We've moved them for a couple days in a row and had some luck. One difference with those two guys is they are, whoa, buddy. They're a lot smarter than the cows and the sheep. We'll tell you that much. And so getting them to move is a little bit of a challenge. They so far are always the last animals to leave the paddock they were currently in to go to the new. And I'm finding that I can't just open a small opening and have them walk through like I do with the cattle and the sheep. I have to open up a huge area for them to be convinced that the fence is no longer there. So they must have educated themselves on an electric fence and know what it's all about. So that's good. You know, they probably won't be getting out too much, but it's going to take a little while until they trust me. I think is really going to be the key. Is once they have a little bit more confidence that I'm a good guy, then they'll be more apt to go along with the rest of the herd. But until then, it's just kind of move everyone and then come back and get Bill and Ted. So well, we're done with our move. I got a lot to do today, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Everyone take care. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, hey, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and also to put your orders in for some of our fresh grass-fed and finished meats, and pre-order some chicken. We'll be cutting chicken up here in a couple weeks. Talk to you later. Bye.